All right, let's take you back to our top story now, where in the United Kingdom, tributes are pouring in for Conservative Member of Parliament Sir David Amess, who was killed on Friday by a 25-year-old British man. And we'll be discussing that now. I have joining me from the United Kingdom via Skype to discuss this security consultant, Femi Aratokun. It's good to have you join us on The World Now at this time. Of course, this is a very shocking moment for a lot of persons in Britain at this time, considering how this man that people have described to be loved by many, how he was killed. Talk to us about what the situation is like now and how difficult it is for members of Parliament to actually go out to meet their constituents.
Very sad day right now in the United Kingdom, and it's a very sad one amongst all MPs that we have in the United Kingdom as well, because this is a situation that's been reviewed over and over again, that what will have happened, how did it happen, and what is the best way to go about it. However, it's actually despicable right now to generalize as in who is at fault or who is not at fault. But the fact remains, a very good security overview and security review will be in place right now for all MPs, either working isolatedly or working within the front line in the UK today.
Because having members of Parliament, go out to meet their constituents, it's becoming now more difficult for them to do that. Looking at the lawmakers having to deal with harassment and now security threats, we understand that tributes have been pouring in for Sir David Amess. But let's take a look at the situation the police is looking at now. Although investigations are still ongoing, the identity of the man in question, the 25-year-old British national, it's been said that he has a Somali heritage. Talk to us about what the link could be like, since you look at the situation and help us analyze this. Is there any connect with Africa and to the jihadist movement here in Africa, looking at what has just happened on Friday?
See, I don't want to comment about maybe it's from the Somali heritage or maybe it's a British national. He is a human being, and right now he's been, he's a suspect, and we should treat him as a suspect that is commit a very serious crime against the UK land and against what you call humanity, by stabbing someone right in the presence of a lot of people in southern area over there. However, yes, he's a Somali from background, and he's been here in UK for a long time. But the question is this: what exactly can the security authority tell us about what they know about him, and exactly why they allow people like this, to melt into the system without being properly checked. This is one of the biggest problems we're facing in UK. We have so many jihadis, so many sympathizers, for terrorist organization and network that we have in UK today. We are dealing with it, and I think this is a very serious lesson to take on board, that our MPs and our people working, within the front line needs to be protected. A lot of people have been complaining about this, but I think it's high time for the government to get a grip and see how they're going to deal with it decisively.
So you're saying there seems to be a defect in profiling of persons who get into the United Kingdom?
It is not that there's a defect. The problem is we've been overwhelmed with a whole lot of different issues at the moment, so it's very easy for criminals to slip away and probably melt into the environment without being noticed. But right now they have to give it a thorough thought and see how things will go from here, because right now the government is grieving, individuals are grieving, the families are grieving as well. Even the member of public right now are not safe. So we need to look into a whole lot of issues and see how this can be protected and avoid it from happening next time again. This is where we are at the moment. Remember, it's about 5 years ago now, or no more than 5 years, that Joe Cox was killed. The same pattern, the same system seems to happen, and the government seems not to have a very good answer to it. However, it's always a good thing for the MPs to be in touch with their ward members, to the member of the community, but this will now put a peg into how they deal with the member of the community, how they deal with the public, and how they are being protected. This is why the Close Protection Authority needs to stand up and have something to do about it now.
Given your holistic view, about security situation around the world, if you look at the United Kingdom, United States, Afghanistan, the issues with Somalia, it would definitely come up, and some of the African countries where there seems to be some unrest and crisis, even here in Nigeria. Is there a connect, from Nigeria and some West African countries and what you are seeing in Afghanistan and what we're seeing in some other places in the world? Is there a connect? How do you think world leaders can address this wholesomely?
Well, to be honest with you, if I'm saying there is no connect, I'm only going to be lying to you. Yes, there is a connect. And what is the connect? The connect is the social media. They use social media in so many silly ways, to discuss issues they want to do. They use this social media in such a way that they can connect and perpetrate their acts. Because if we don't get a grip about the social media, as in how we operate it, how we control it, it's going to go haywire more than what we're seeing. Yes, there is a connect from Libya to Somalia to Nigeria. There is all these jihadists, and they have a means of communicating. They have some people, funding them. And once they have all this around them, it's so easy for them to carry out any stupid acts they want to carry. And this is one of them that we're seeing today. One of the many ones that might probably be coming if we do not get grip about it very well. Take, for instance, right now, in Nigeria, we have political crisis and we have the election coming up. So the run-up to the election, things like this might likely happen, and it might not happen if they know exactly what they're doing. This is why we've been talking to all world leaders, all political leaders, to please look seriously into the situation of security and make sure that the power, the real training, the real enhancement is given to them so that they can do the right job they are meant to do within the community.
Of course, it's important how you noted that Nigeria, of course, will be having general elections in the year 2023, and having politicians, there'll be a lot of campaigning. We're already seeing the situation in Anambra State where elections will be in November, that's next month. We already see the situation there being a bit chaotic. The government is trying to, of course, calm everybody down to say that the elections will still go on as planned. But can you suggest decisive steps that governments can take to ensure that Islamic extremists or persons who just want to go ahead with their own agenda are being nipped in the bud?
Well, you see, we've been talking about this because remember last month I was in Nigeria myself, and some few months ago I was in Nigeria, and I've been having this engagement with security officers, security institutions generally in Nigeria. And one thing I can equally tell you is this: until we bring about, some technology solutions into the system, we might probably not get a grip out of it until we see a decisive restructuring program in place to bring about the northern, the southern, the western people together, and let us have common understanding about what exactly do we really want. We might probably not have a good grip about the situation we have at the moment in Nigeria. Nigeria is so peculiar to the whole world, and the whole world is watching us. The question is this: what we're seeing today might be little compared to what might come back in some few months' time if care is not really taken in Nigeria in terms of security architecture and how we go about to secure lives and property in Nigeria.
Security consultant Femi Aratokun Ale, thank you so much for joining us on the news this hour.
Thank you so much for having me.